My mom abandoned me as a kid, started a second family, and now wants my help to pay for sister's medical bills. My parents had me at 16, they were both in high school. After I was born, my dad dropped out to work full-time and take care of me, so my bio mom could stay in school. Eventually, after finishing high school, she realized that motherhood wasn't for her and left my dad and me. I was 2, so I don't really remember her being around. After that, my dad worked 3 times as hard to provide for me. He also met a nice woman whom he later married when I was 7. I consider her to be my real mom, but I'll call her my stepmom to avoid confusion. My bio mom didn't contribute in any way, not even financially. In fact, the last time she contacted me before now was on my 3rd birthday, which was just a quick happy birthday card through the mail. I never had ill feelings towards her decision because I had my dad, stepmom, and brother who filled the emptiness she left. My parents have never said anything negative about her. Her leaving me was not something I thought about every day, so you can imagine my confusion when she reached out on social media to talk. I thought about it for days before I agreed. We met in a restaurant for the first time in 25 years. It was awkward small talk at the beginning before we delved into why she left. My bio mom started crying while explaining why. She suffered from postpartum depression and felt trapped by the constant cycle, so she felt compelled to leave. She explained why she reached out and made it clear that she didn't leave because of me. Of course, I sympathized with her, as I saw my stepmom go through postpartum depression with my brother and saw how much it affected her. We met a couple more times before I was invited to meet her new family. She had a husband and also had 3 children, 13F, 11M, and 7F. After weeks of this, I had my most recent meetup with my bio mom. She looked distressed while greeting me, so I asked if anything happened. She then explained to me in a quick response that her oldest daughter, 13F, has had health issues and she needs $25,000 for medication. She also accumulated over $20,000 in various medical bills and asked if I could pay it off. For context, after graduating and receiving my postgraduate diploma, I landed my dream job that earned a good sum of money. I'm certain she may have heard about where my job was from somewhere and saw it as an opportunity. She gave me time to think about it, but it didn't take very long for me to text her saying no. I felt used and exploited. She never wanted to meet me, she just wanted money from the child she left to help the other child that she loves. After giving her my response, I was soon bombarded with text messages from her husband telling me what a nasty piece of work I was, followed by more texts from my bio mom about how I'm so cruel for not helping out my sister due to my grudge against her. And then, to top it all off, I was getting some messages from family members from her side of the family questioning why I'm being so difficult. Update 1. I've learned more about what was happening in my bio mom's family. First of all, I questioned why she had 3 more children despite her postpartum depression. It turns out that she and her husband found out early on about the severity of their first daughter's illness. They had 2 additional children, 11M and 7F, as savior siblings for their oldest daughter's medical treatment, but neither of them were a match. How cruel is that? I've currently blocked her and her husband. I didn't go into this expecting to reconnect with my bio mom. That wasn't the plan. I already have a mom, and I didn't need another one. I just wanted to give her a chance to explain herself. I never wanted a mother-daughter bond, just to be cordial or friendly. My family supported me in meeting my bio parent, and I didn't blindside them. I'm happy with my own family and don't need her to complete it. It's not her leaving that bothers me, it's her current actions. But even through all that, I will sympathize with her only on the basis that she suffered from PPD. When my bio mom left, my grandparents and biological aunt stood by my dad. They raised me alongside my parents. They say she's always been mentally unstable and manipulative. I feel bad for my half-sister, but I can't give her the money. Sometimes I wish I had ignored my bio mom from the beginning. Update 2. Hello everyone, I thought I wouldn't have to update this, and it would end after my first update, however, a lot has happened since then. Exactly a month after I posted my first write-in, my bio mom's oldest daughter got really sick. By the time I could process that she was gravely ill, she passed away. I felt a lot of guilt for a while, to be honest. After her funeral, which I didn't attend, my bio mom's husband wanted to speak to me. This was relayed to me through social media. I said no at first, but he said he just wanted to clear the air. He explained to me that it really wasn't my fault and that he's certain she would have passed regardless. He and his wife were just very desperate and grasping at straws. Weeks passed, and bio mom's husband couldn't handle it anymore and left. Then, bio mom had a breakdown, and this left their 2 remaining children vulnerable. So, it was court-ordered for my grandparents to take them in temporarily until they figured out a place to put them. I visited them once since, and I know it's terrible for me to say, but it's kind of uncomfortable for me to be around them. I barely know them, and I feel guilt and responsibility for what happened to their sister.